The District 47 units of study are a comprehensive scope and sequence of the Illinois Learning Standards that were created by staff. They include learning objectives, sample mini-lessons, and aligned materials to teach the standards. As a district, we are always looking at data for our students to make decisions. We noticed that our students were not performing the way that we were hoping that they would in the area of literacy across the board. When we walked from building to building, there was a different understanding of the standards and the expectations across the grade levels, and we realized that we really needed to do a lot of work to bring clarity to what should be taught in each grade level and make sure that it built over time.
Over the past 2 years, our focus has been reworking the units of study, so that way we had cohesion across the grade levels and alignment to the components of teacher clarity. Teacher Clarity is a professional learning program to help teachers be clear in their expectations and instruction for students. We pulled together a group of staff to embed these important components in our curriculum. Our Elementary Language Arts Committee is composed of teachers in kindergarten through 5th grade, both monolingual and dual language teachers, as well as support staff members and building administrators.
I chose to be a part of the literacy committee from the beginning. I've been in the committee since my first year here, and I enjoyed being a part of it, so I knew more of what was going on as I was teaching. Also, from the dual language perspective, it was important for me to be a part of it, so that way dual language had a voice and I could see what was to come and how to make it work for me and my students.
It's been great to meet people throughout the district, collaborate, and I really wanted to be a part of something that I was going to be teaching every day in my classroom. I love now how closely we're working with the dual program, and just making that cohesive has been a great learning experience.
This committee picked apart the standards and created learning progressions for each standard, so that way there were consistent expectations across all of the grade levels. Learning progressions are similar to goals in that they help us understand what we need students to be able to do at that particular grade level. The units of study have been reworked so that standards are connected throughout each grade level as well as across the grade levels. Once the standards were set, the team started to align our resources, so our texts and our lessons, with this new understanding of the standards, and we realized that our current materials were not going to meet the needs of our new understanding of the standards.
The team looked at several resources. They looked at evidence behind each resource, how it would fit into our district, the capacity that our district has in order to implement the curriculum, along with several other indicators. 2 options rose directly to the top. Fontes and Pinnell Classroom for English and Books del Sur for Spanish were a great fit for what our expectations were, having high quality texts in front of students, and meeting the demands of the standards. These resources also came with lesson materials and guidelines that would support a guaranteed and viable curriculum across the district. What that means is that no matter what building your student goes to, from Canterbury to Glacier Ridge, teachers have the same resources, the same understanding of lessons and standard alignment, and the same level of rigor across the board, so that our students are all receiving a high quality education regardless of which teacher they get and which building they attend.
The books are beautiful. Their hands are always up, and they often remember and refer back to the text that we've read like weeks ago, and so that's really exciting.
Spanish texts are gorgeous, and they're more than just a translated version of the English story. They're written by Spanish authors, and so it's much more authentic. It sounds better in Spanish. It doesn't sound like a translation, and the vocabulary is really rich.
The mini lessons and the prompting guides really help with rich discussion between the students, which has been great to see.
Each book comes with a set of lesson plans, and the lesson plans are kind of like a menu, and you can use the pieces from the lesson plan that will help you meet the learning progression that we're working on in that week. So I feel like it's not totally structured where you feel like you can't be your own person, but it also gives you a guideline to work on.
Teachers receive training at the beginning of the school year and will receive additional trainings throughout the school year to make sure that they have the resources, the knowledge, and support that they need in order to meet the needs of their students.
There's a lot more cohesiveness week to week of what we're teaching. The progressions build on one another, and as far as planning goes, that has been so helpful. The assessments also help a lot, just knowing where we're going and how we're going to get them there.
I've noticed a lot more focus on showing kids what good readers do and making it relatable to them in terms of, okay, yes, we're finding the main idea, but why are we finding the main idea?
Our team works together pretty easily now. I mean, we all are on the same page, we're using the same language, we're using the same lessons, and that's across the district, which is awesome.
Just seeing their excitement to learn and read books just makes my heart so happy.